Hello and welcome back to Oxygen Not Included. Let's play episode 55. Let's get right into it. Plan is that we are going to pump out natural gas that is accumulated in this area and hopefully get a lot of it out of this area as well. In fact, while we're at it, how about we improve the airflow? We improve the airflow of this area just a bit, shall we? Let's get an extra tile basically going there. Because I'm not going to expand this out in this direction at least. Yeah. Let's get that going. How many exosuits do I have here? I have enough. I have 6. We can get more later. Oh, this is a sort of unfortunate consequence. We've actually pumped out all this CO2 and whatnot from here. Just filling up here. Okay. In any case, we're going to pump all the natural gas out of here, get these CO2 vents for the slicksters. This CO2 will gradually make its way back up here as well. We're going to get a bunch of CO2 from over here. Scalding. Still having some temperature problems. Let's set this to be a higher priority. Why did you not get any of this stuff? Did I have other higher priority sweep things? Maybe this is a bad idea, cranking up this priority, but huh. I was hoping to sweep all this stuff in here. I must have another active storage bin on sweep somewhere at a higher priority. That's not so good, because it means that I just moved a bunch of really hot stuff somewhere into my base. I suppose we can deal with it, but I would have rather just left it right up here. Suffocating. Oh my goodness, you don't build, do you? You don't build, do you? You dug yourself down. I even watched you do it because I was distracted. Alright. We're just gonna dig you out. How do you have severe wounds, too? What are you doing? What are you doing? Okay, we're just going to set this to a really high priority. Cancel this. Get yourself out of here, would you? Wait, now you have health of 73, light wounds? I'm so confused. Okay. I don't know what happened there. But we got her out. Let's just set a build order to build this tile back. And you know what? Let's just continue moving you down. Catch your breath a little bit later. Okay. Why did they do that? Alright. That was kind of my fault. This is the problem with dupes that can't dig or so on and so forth. They just run themselves into problems. We are set for jobs. I don't know why I'm looking at that. Old message. And we're going to check vitals. Health. Only one who needs healing is her. Let's go ahead and toss her down there. Okay. Focusing back on what really matters, which is getting all this set up. We're pumping this out. That's great. More scalding. Yeah, this is getting them. This is getting them. Well, once we get this built, we'll set this priority a little bit higher. Once we get this built, I think we'll just break into here and we'll accept that some oxygen leaks out. We'll live with it. In fact, let's also just improve the priority of this stuff as well. And then when I'm not paying attention, if they get some of that done, that's great. I don't want this chlorine getting in my base, do I? Okay. Let's also... Man, I'm just getting distracted and distracted. Let's wall this off. I don't have anything else that I worry about over here. Let's just get this closed off. Okay, where was I? That's right. We're pumping out this natural gas. This priority maybe needs to be improved a little bit. Okay. We are going to extend out this tile area to here. We are going to deconstruct these ladders because they're not necessary anymore. And I think we're going to set up our glass. And I think we're just going to use this as sort of a large reservoir for cooling off the glass. More scalding. Oh man. Well, they're getting there slowly. I mean, we'll take some damage. Maybe we really should just set up a coolant loop over here. But that is actually just going to take a lot of work, because we're going to need a lot of things to come up here. I think a large part of the problem, actually, is that we just don't have much gas in this area. Like, if we let this fill, then we ought to be okay, because it'll just reach a thermal equilibrium. Like, it'll cool off. Basically, we had more gas in here, it would cool this stuff off. Max, you're fine, right? Where are the hot temperatures? Okay, so like right here. Understandable. Yeah, we'll need to set up a little bit of coolant at some point. Okay. We'll let them take some scald damage for now, just until they can get this finished up, and then we'll just basically bar this area, I think, and have them finish out over here. Yeah, in fact, let's go ahead and just tell them, you can dig out this. I'm cool with that. Plastic tile, insulator, manual airlock, iron's fine. Set this up here. Yeah, just give them another way to go through here. That way they're not in this hotter region. Because this down here is a much better temperature. Yeah, go ahead and improve the priority on this as well. We'll lose some oxygen, but it's more annoying to deal with this scalding than it is to lose a little bit of oxygen. Yeah, it's just a little too hot here. What are our vitals like? Wow, they've actually taken some significant damage. So Ari, Max, Nisbet, and Nicola. Let's just send you all down. Ari... Max, and Nisbet. Alright. We'll just basically go down a level. Are you still scalding? No? How are you guys doing? You're still taking damage. That's annoying. Okay, well, let's ignore it for a moment and go back down here. How are we doing? How is this not powered? I was about to say. Okay. This should be a pretty high priority as well, because it restricts us from getting down here. Okay, and let's extend this out across here while we're at it. Ventilation, gas pipe, igneous rock is great. Run it across here. Perfect. Okay. Okay. We settled out here? Oh, no. That's right. Drywall. You know what? Mafic rock is fine. And let's take this as a priority 8. Get that done, please. And then we'll just, we'll bar this area. Yeah. No. You know what? Easier way of locking it is just to say, look, you can't go through here. Okay. This should be settled for at least a little while. We'll let him work on this stuff, and we'll lose some oxygen, unfortunately. But in the long run, we need to get some cooling up here, just to keep our asteroid surface cool. Where was I? Where was I? Pumping out this natural gas, getting CO2 down to these slicksters. How's it going? We have a ton of CO2 down here. It's all going to slowly make its way over here. Yeah, that's happening. That's working pretty well. In fact, maybe it's time that we just connect up some of this stuff. Sure. We'll dig out here. Create a little way for it to get over here. But basically just want to raise the CO2 pressures over here. That way ultimately it can... let's raise this priority. And you know what, for now, let's just deconstruct this. I don't really need the CO2 going down there. Okay, where were we? Yeah, we're going to need to rearrange a lot of this, just because we don't need this much plastic generation at this point. That's really the main reason. I think the next thing that we want to do is we want to start streamlining the way that dupes move through our base, which means ultimately building a ladder out through here, which I think means we want to pump out a lot of this stuff here. We want to clean this up. New dupes available. Nope. None of you have diver's lungs. Yeah, so what do we want to do? We have options for how we approach this. These are all very highly oxygenated areas. Oh, this is flooded. Let's also raise this up. And deconstruct. Deconstruct. We want everything on this level anyways. Okay. Okay. So, we have our gas filter. It'll pump out chlorine, but we kind of don't have anything for hydrogen yet. We don't have a way of filtering that out at the moment. We also have this polluted water that we would like to deal with before we do this. We really don't want the hydrogen getting in our base. It'll just be really annoying for the rest of the game. So this is awkward, but this would like smooth out our movement by quite a bit here. Okay. Speed things up a little bit. Get our stuff done. And start thinking about how we want to set up our plastic. So, for plastic, I think we're going to want basically just a sort of coolant basin right here. And the idea is that this is going to be where the plastic falls. It'll be in thermal contact with a larger body of coolant, of course. But this is where we're going to have most of the magic take place. And we'll set up our plastic shop basically just right here. Does that sound good? Well, we could just dig out more here. How hot is this? Not that hot. Okay. We can have our power all the way back here if we want. Well, no. Because we're going to want it to fall through here, aren't we? Okay. So, slight revision. Let's do this. Yeah. Alright, this looks good. So, we can set the power up on this end. That's fine. Actually, Actually, maybe we just want to replace this coal generator. No, this is pretty critical. Okay. What was I saying? Yeah. We're going to build up our glass stuff. And glass is not too complicated because it doesn't really require that much cooling. It requires a lot of power. But otherwise is fairly straightforward. So, I think we want our glass facilities up here. Let me just stop and think about this for a second. So, glass forges. We could fit one here, and we would not quite have enough for our natural gas. If we replace this coal generator, this is something we could very much do. Yeah, I think that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna rearrange some more of this stuff. Okay. So I want to deconstruct this, and actually, I think we can leave that. We are going to set up a couple of natural gas generators. We'll make them out of gold amalgam, I suppose, just in case. But we are going to set them up right here and here. And I suppose another one can go right here. Yeah, this will be fine. Okay. We're going to replace this coal generator with a natural gas generator. And we are going to connect. Actually, I have all my wiring. That's awkward. Okay, let's make it a separate circuit. Sorry, I'm hemming and hawing, but we'll get this done. Don't worry. Okay. So, let's go ahead and say refinement, glass forge. We'll make this out of something that's really hard to overheat. Ceramic is great. Exactly, how does this work again? Yeah, here and here. That looks good. And then we will go to power. We're going to grab some natural gas generators. Make them out of gold amalgam. And we are just going to drop them down right here. We're going to take all this. We are going to make a little area for a battery right here ultimately. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. We'll do smart battery. We'll make this out of, I guess it doesn't, we'll just make it out of iron. We will grab ourselves some automation wire. Hook this up. And then we are going to grab some heavy watt wire. Just normal heavy watt wire is fine. And hook up all these. Perfect. Okay. So now we are going to go to plumbing. Insulated liquid pipe. We'll make this out of ceramic. We're just going to have the output molten glass, because this outputs a liquid glass. We're just going to have it dump right here. That sounds weird, but it'll work. We'll grab ourselves some old amalgam vents. Steel would also work quite well. And yeah, we're just going to have basically little basins right around here that are going to do pretty much all the work for us. They're gonna catch it, and then we're just gonna come down here on this ladder and grab it up. Granite's fine. I think we want them at this level. Like so. Perfect. Okay. Glass is going to fall down. It's going to solidify, ideally on these basins. If that doesn't work out quite the way we want it to, well, that'll still work. We're going to have more polluted water get in here because of these natural gas generators running. So let's not worry too much about that. But we're going to set up these glass forges and dump the glass down here. And then we just need to hook up our piping for this. So we're going to go to ventilation. think gas pipe is fine. We'll again make it out of igneous rock. And we are going to run it across here. And up. And then we can just have all this dump out here. Everything that we build up from pumping this out will get down here. We'll link up this this natural gas geyser as well, I suppose. And we can have a backup power supply, but I'm not going to need a ton of glass, because really the only thing we're using it for in this instance is the solar panels. But we'll use it for windows as well later on. So ladder, igneous rock. Let's go ahead and create some more scaffolding. Okay. Oh yeah, because I deleted this. Yeah, alright, let's put that back in there. Coal generator. Sorry about that. Set this to a high priority. Get all this pumping again. And importantly, get our access to this area again. Yeah, perfect. Okay. How's this coming along? Not coming along at all. They have not built this. Oh no, this shovel. I don't want this shovel in my base. But now he is. Now he is. That is annoying. We just want to kill this if we see it. Okay. So utilities, drywall, mafic rock is fine. Set ourselves back up for this. And you know what? We want some drywall behind all of this as well. Yeah, there we go. Okay. So once they've kind of got this transit tube a little bit better set, we can set up a transit tube station, and with that be able to get guys up here more quickly. For now, we're just going to leave things the way they are. Maybe we actually want to get a little bit of bunker tile up here. Dig out this stuff, please. Work on that as well. Okay. So, glass. We don't have it all set up yet, but basically it's just going to pour the glass out here. It's going to cool off, and we can collect it. We can in fact just select. Let's do that as well. Let's go ahead and grab a storage bin. I don't really care what it's made out of. We'll have the glass put up here as it's produced. And yeah, it's really that simple. Crank that up. Let's go ahead and dig out all this as well. This is carbon dioxide. Okay, these guys are going to be hungry soon. 249 calories. Okay, they're doing okay. They're cramped in here. We want to expand this eventually, but yeah. Once this gets set up, we'll have glass. And I think the next thing our attention will turn to is somehow figuring out what we're going to do with this area. It'll take a little bit of work, because I basically just want to pump all this stuff out into reservoirs. I think I'll just try and stick the reservoirs right here, actually. That seems fine. I just want to get this area clear, that way we can build this ladder up, and then finish up these vacuum tubes or transit tubes up and down. And yeah, I think that's going to be the next order of business. So, slowly progressing. We're going to get there. Don't worry. Not quite there. And I'll see you guys in the next episode. I'm going to cut things here and come back and finish building up this.